Now again, remember guys, I used to be a very happy person. When I started this a couple years ago, I used to be an extremely happy person. Now listen to my voice and tell me, do you still hear that same joy? Do you still hear that same happiness that I used to have? Do you hear any of that anymore? Do you hear the enthusiasm? Do you hear the sarcasm? No. You couldn't, because of how many times I've, it's been 4 years of YouTube. Which means only 12 of my years I haven't had this. 12 years I haven't had, good life. I want to be able to smile for real. I want to be able to have a good life. I want to be able to have a good family. But for the way that I see it right now, what's a family? I don't see a family. I see a disformed hunk of people who can't even stand each other. And I'm not gonna lie, there are many times where I think it's just walking out of the house and never coming back. Because I realize how much my family is dysfunctional, and they don't like to admit it, which means they have a problem with it too. But I already see it, and I see through their teeth, and I see through their lies. And I sit here and I cry. And I don't tell them it's because they were dysfunctional. I tell them because it's something else in mind. I give them a bull answer. So there's just a time where I give.
Yo.
Amen.
You actually made me cry.
I know, and I'm sorry, dude. It's... There's only so much a guy can take. So much bull person can, withstand before they just...
Yeah.
give up. And let me tell you guys, there were 3 people I would always talk to that I could trust with my life, honestly. That's my brother. That's my brother and 2 other people. But never will I tell them that I've ever wanted to say I would never want to see you again.
He's been emotional, Nicky. You made me cry like 5 minutes ago.
If you want to see it, Nick, you look in the last little bit of that stream that I made first. Or,
The one that I left?
Yeah, the one that you left earlier. Watch up at when I was starting to do stuff, but when I left, I started explaining. Watch from there to the end of that video, because it ended for some reason automatically, and you'll get what I'm saying.
It ended due to internet.
Yeah, it probably was my internet. It was dumb, dude. But just remember that, guys. I do YouTube because it's a safe place for me.
You're the only reason I have friends.
Hmm?
You're the only reason I play with people.
Yeah, well.
It's hard to make other people's lives happy when you're trying to make your own happy.
Mhm. And that's why the only thing that makes me that brings joy to me and makes me laugh is Tim Burton's quotes. I'm not even gonna lie; those actually make me feel good about myself. Hey, son. Oh, don't worry. That's already on my agenda of things to do. I'm probably gonna fall asleep and cry a lot tonight with that. Let me read one Tim Burton quote, so that way you guys will see what I'm talking about and why this makes me feel good. Let's see. Trying to find a really good one that helps me a lot. But one of his really good quotes that I actually used is one person's craziness is another person's reality.
That is actually true.
It is really
Like
true.
one
Like for
people,
me, it's one of the truest things.
like one people's joy is one person's hell.
Most insane people are funny. That's why I'm drawn to them. Let's see. I'm trying to find a really good one because
Most people say other people's happiness is hell to them.
yeah. This is actually the most descriptional thing about me. I never really got nightmares from movies. I was much more terrified by my own family and real life, you know?
Alright, that's actually really true.
That one's severely true on my part because I don't care for my family. I don't like talking to them. If I can, I will avoid them at all costs.
You're the only reason people that wanted to call suicide didn't.
Yeah. But there was only one
So
person that I never wanted to talk about again because he was my very first friend going into Ellicott. And let's just say I never got to say goodbye.
Oh.
So let me tell you, I didn't know who he was until I said he was my very first friend and someone said yes. I wasn't who I was the same way. And that's why anytime I've heard the words I'm going to do, and then that word, I will shut down completely. I will full on tell you, you're never going to say that in front of me ever again, because if you do, you will be blocked or removed as fast as you can say I'm sorry. And I said that with 100% seriousness. If you ever saw my face when I said that, you would see how hard it is. So it's just you have to live with it.
You have to live with what you can't. You have to live with what you got. You can't pay for any more.
Here's another good Tim Burton quote that actually kind of lives by that. Visions are worth fighting for. Why spend your life making someone else's dreams?
That is true.
And there are just so many people that, live by quotes, but I live by the darkest of quotes. If you were to look at me in real life and you were to see me when I got home from school, you would see, no, you're not a sad person. You're faking a lot of it. No, but you see it when if you were to ask me, why don't you talk to your parents? I would start crying talking about it because it's
Have a mental breakdown.
I would just die. I wouldn't be myself. You would see a completely other side of me. Because there's two people that have thoroughly experienced me being a completely different thing. No, not person, thing. Okay? That's not a thing. I had cat eyes walking out of that building. I had cat eyes for about 10 minutes after that. That's how angry I was with this
I have
person.
crashed.
I'm not even gonna joke. I actually had cat eyes walking out of that classroom, and I damn near punched a bunch of broken mechanical pencil bits, and they're sharp too.
I'm going for a room that's gonna be.
Oh wait,
I'll come back
is it what
later.
happened? Jake, what are you talking about?
The dysfunction of my family, and how many
Oh,
times,
okay.
and explaining why I don't like to talk about personal things, especially on matters.
Yeah, heads
because-
up, Jake told me everything. You do not want to know.
Oh no, I've already basically told them. I told them how much I can't even trust my real family, and how much they don't feel like family, and how my only family is really like my brother and my internet friends, because they're the only ones that can truly know me. Because fun fact, I talk to internet friends more than I talk to my actual family.
I feel you with that, Jake.
No,
That's
I
the
mean,
same thing.
I would talk to you guys over my family than any day. Like, if my parents were sitting right next to me and they were trying to have a conversation with me, I wouldn't talk to them if I had that choice.
What
If I
about
had the
if you
choice
had,
to
like-
walk out of this house and never see them again, I would take that opportunity.
to live with one of us? Would you take that opportunity?
I would take that opportunity in the blink of an eye because I know you guys would be better.
Even if it was your parents before they got divorced?
My parents, before they got divorced, they were even worse before they were divorced. Now they're just
Seriously?
pure. No, here's the thing. When they were divorced, it was
pure
bad. It was bad when they were getting through divorce. When they got divorced, my mom started talking smack. My dad started trying to counteract the smack with whatever else he had.
Jake?
So every day, every night, every 5 minutes of my life, I'm trying to forget about them. I'm trying to exclude them from my life.
I'm not gonna leave forever. I'm just gonna leave real
Let's stop talking
quickly.
about this right now. I demand.
There's no such thing.
I'll be back,
I
Jake.
have
I just
crashed.
I'm gonna go eat.
Alright.
Alright?
Here's the thing. Jay, you can't demand something expected to happen. I know that by now.
Yeah.
You won't know what.
Wait, what? You have a store? Wait, what?
If the time hasn't come.
Yeah.
HTTPS.
They say when you meet the love of your life, time stops, and that's true. What they don't tell you is that when time starts up again, it moves extra fast to catch up.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm gonna say this one describes you right now the most. Stars can't shine without darkness.
That is true. You're basically the darkness, but then
My zodiac does
I'm the
not
star surrounded by
favor me.
darkness. You know how I put my life into terms? You know how I keep it all into a sane point to where I can keep myself happy? Or quote happy?
Yeah.
I make stories with a fictional character that can constantly never be killed. That character was made to help me with my own problems. So for all of you who ask, why do you use that character in almost everything that you use? It's because he describes me the most. I'm the only competent person in my houses at times. I'm the only person who actually cares about human suffering or even just something else completely.
I feel it. Yeah.
And I'm the only person who would willingly take a bullet for somebody without having anybody else help me. I'd be okay with that.
I would do that.
But
I'm
listen to
being
me.
honest,
But
yes.
listen to how I do it. I don't care if I got shot. It's the fact that I saved someone else's life. Even if I didn't like their guts. Even if I wanted them to die, I would have saved that bullet.
I know. I just want. Well, you know.
I miss you, son.
Like, so rude to me.
I miss you, my
try to be
son.
friends with him, but then he's angry at me. So I'm like, okay.
That's
I
how
don't
it was
get
for
angry
me.
at him at all.
That's how it was for me. There was one person, well actually, there are 3 people in this world that I would want them to die. And I wouldn't catch the bullet. I would let them take it. But that's because how bad of a person they are.
Yeah.
There was a
The only people that I probably not take a bullet for is probably for people that bully people.
No, I wouldn't even do that.
Sometimes bullying actually do make people commit suicide, which is
No,
kind of-
bullying is one of the lead sections of suicide. That and internet.
Yeah.
Which is why when somebody says to me on the internet, you should go commit, word being said, I
Kiss
say,
my ass.
well, here's the thing. Kiss my ass. I won't do that because I know I'm a better person. Here's how I know that. Because the person telling me to do it is one of the worst people in the world. They're the people who can influence anybody. That's why when somebody says, would you like to be accepted into a community? You need to do this. I say, well then you're funny because I'm not going to be a dumbass just for you. I'm not going to be an ignorant piece of garbage on the street just because I wanted to be accepted in a group. I'm my own group.
Okay.
I'm my own type of species, of person.
That's why I left my ESL plan that was in. I left that. 'cause
Yeah.
They like said.
That's why when it comes to
it's
terms
retarded
of...
because they get 90% of the earnings that I make. I'm like.
Yeah,
nope,
here's the
I'm
thing.
out.
If I had a crew or a clan or a job and I was running all of it and somebody asked me for a raise, I'd say, okay, give me a reason, I give you a raise. And they either say they're not doing too much, but they understand what's going on and they need to take lead, or they're doing much more work than anybody else because these people are unemployed or they're not doing their job right. That's the point where I will stand up and say, here's your paycheck, go home and get yourself some rest. I'm not even joking. I would be that kind of guy. If you gave me a thorough reason and I had all the evidence, You would have that paycheck in your hands way before you walked out of my office.
Dang.
So when it comes to somebody wants to be honest with me, I'll tell them, be honest with me. And then I'll tell them to explain. They will, and I'll tell them, I understand what you're going through, and you don't have to believe me. But let me tell you this. You're not the only one in this world that has a jackass in the family. And I'll full on tell them, my entire family is made of pretty much jackasses. I'm not even joking. My mom can't trust. My stepdad I don't like to talk too often because sometimes it's even harder to talk to him. Stepmom, I don't talk to her often. I don't even talk to her at all about emotional things like that unless I'm coming home from school because of emotional stress, which I have.
Yeah,
I don't talk about it. I leave it out of my house. I leave it out of my life because I don't want to ever talk about it. I don't want to sit there and bawl my eyes out in front of somebody like that. But I sit here and here's the thing. I don't snuggle with stuffed animals anymore. For an entire month straight. I've had those all around me. For a month straight.
The one thing you need to do is tell someone and let it all out. Just let all of your
Yeah,
anger out.
I have.
He does talk to people. He talks
I do
to
talk
me,
to people.
Nick,
Well, yeah,
friends.
but other than you guys, I've told other people.
He
Guess
talks
what
to
they've said?
Alex.
Guess what they've said to me though?
We don't care. That's your problem.
They say, well, then have you tried talking to them? And I've said, you know what, the last time I tried talking to them, there was cops involved.
Oh,
Which is also
what?
why
What
I
happened?
went into 2 asylums.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I've been into 2 institutions for emotional support. And guess what they did? They treated me
Nothing.
exactly like they did. So I came home and I was even worse than before.
That's why I don't
So
get.
when
They always
people
take the
say you
parasites,
should
they
talk
never
to
listen
somebody,
the kid.
yeah, that's the thing. So that's why when people say
Because-
you should talk to somebody, I say I have, and that didn't turn out well last time. I mean it. And I don't mean it to make you feel worse or better about yourself. I'm just telling you, the only people I really trust are the people that I can actually look in the eyes and say, I hate my life.
Jake,
I really wish I could
all
adopt Jake.
because of your parents' divorce and
Huh?
friends committing,
Say what?
and because of
No, it wasn't even because of them. It was, like, here's the thing. I would say it's my fault, but it's not. It never would be. Because whose fault is it really for causing me this much hell in my life?
Your parents.
Mm-hmm. And who's the one who has to deal with all of it?
You.
So it's not my fault that my parents are utter shit. And you'll never hear me curse. Ever. In a stream. I'm letting you know now. You'll never hear me curse in a stream.
don't you have
Unless it's serious,
grandma
then
or
yeah, you
grandpa
do.
that you can go through?
Say
That's
what?
your dark side.
Don't you have a nana or a granddad you can go through?
I don't talk to them either.
Why?
I just don't like to talk to my family.
I was gonna say it might be better to listen to your granddad.
Let me tell you right now, my family is garbage. The entirety of it.
Me too. Pedro, I recommend leaving.
But whenever someone has ever told me to be honest
It's
to
a
my family,
serious
I've told them. I've only told them. I've only ever told
yeah,
my
I wanna
family that
recommend
you don't exist in my eyes.
Oh, guys, can you leave, please?
Or mute your mics, or just not talk.
Yeah.
That'd be much
Well,
appreciated.
keep
Please and
them
thank you. Now, I
Okay,
try and be
Sam.
a good person, and you guys can look at me in the eyes if I said that to you, and disbelief say I didn't mean that in honest terms. But if you were to see my face right now, my eyes, my throat hurts. My eyes are probably very red. I don't even know yet. Let me go check. And
Jake,
it
wish
hurts.
I could add you on my phone, but I can't.
Yeah,
Jake,
my eyes are red.
Jake,
Jake,
you know when
you don't know
somebody heads
how bad I
towards
wish
the
I could
light,
add you on my
you're basically the light, but then you've got all death surrounding you.
It's more than death. It's like the Grim Reaper himself has just
endless-
followed me.
So it's like an endless loop of death. Like
You know why I don't
you're
consider
causing-
myself as a human?
Because of how much pain you went through. You can't
Because of
even
how much
deal
hell
with it
I
at
go
that
through.
point.
For how, the reason I call myself not human is because I don't believe in people. Or at least good people. So I consider myself something different. Because I actually care for somebody. Because I can actually prevent someone from doing something that they're gonna think that
You
they're
actually
gonna
care
regret
about-
later.
You actually care about people that you don't even like.
Exactly.
Jake's like,
Here's what I consider myself to be. I consider myself to be the Superman of humans.
Thing is though.
so like
nobody else
Doc,
would do that
basically,
for
you have a
you.
pain for
Nobody
human
else would do-
suffering.
Exactly. That's why I would say if I was going to have to take a bullet for somebody and I barely knew them, I would show them how much commitment goes. I'd take the bullet and I wouldn't ask for anything in return except for a simple death. I'd be okay with being killed if someone walked into my house right now and killed me. Like, that's how easy it is for me to say I don't care right now. And I still sit here and I put a fake smile on my face and I say I'm fine.
That's the thing though. You can't just keep on lying to yourself, you're just gonna make it all worse.
Well, tell it to my parents who've been trying to, quote, help me.
Well, don't quote it, say it.
I have told them.
He has multiple times.
Say it and say it and say it and say it over and over and over and over again. Until they start to worry now.
Idiot. Oh, that was you, Jay. I just full on called you an
yeah.
idiot, Jay, because you walked in there and I was about to scan
I
for that.
control auto run. It auto. That's why I'm triggered. That's all good though.
I think I might go off in
I have.
Alright.
Yeah, I think I'm
He said.
Jake, I hope you like it, and
I
I
mean,
really wish I could have talked to you, but I couldn't.
it's alright, man.
Please, we can't hear you. I can't
Yeah,
hear you at all.
you're very quiet, but I understand kind of what you're saying. It's alright, man.
So, I hope you lot have good lives, and I'll see you lot tomorrow.
Alright.
Hey, you don't know how bad, Jake, I want to add you on my phone. But I can't.
Trust me, I know. I sense it in the force.
I'm back.
Howdy.
You know, what's up? I wish my parents would allow me to add you.
Don't worry about it, man. Your parents are them.
22,000. Yay.
Come on, parents don't believe me. They say, oh yeah, you can have a voice changer. How do you believe? I'm like, he does face reveals. And he
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. A lot of people keep asking me to do face reveals. I'm like, bro, I have several of those.
Yeah. Kidney one? Okay. Just talking about stuff and then multiple other stuff.
I've had Christmas
Sean?
streams where you've
I
seen my face, so I don't know where they're getting I haven't done a face reveal yet.
No, I even said, yeah, he's 16, yeah, so.
I'm 16. Actually, I'll be 17 soon. I'm 16 with curly hair. I mean, not anymore. I've actually got different hair look.
Yeah, I've seen it now.
Yeah, the G-Eazy.
Yeah.
I played
Also,
Titanfall 2 story mode, I cried.
Yeah, the Titanfall. It's really sad. It's so sad, dude. That's why I like.
cried.
I mean, it's better than what happened in Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, but BT for crying out loud
I
died,
know,
and
I know.
let
He
him
dies.
die.
I know he dies, and it makes me sad too. I agree.
Cause after everything they've been through, he dies. It's like, oh
Well,
my
he doesn't actually
God.
die. He dies twice technically, because he dies once because of his thing,
He
and
dies
also
3 times.
he dies 4
times, yeah.
times. He dies
Ow.
many times, dude. He dies so much. It's just so sad to see him just die so many
No,
times.
BT only died twice. BT only died twice. That's the thing.
Are you sure he died only twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
remember,
only twice.
BT died when he couldn't maneuver his body. That was towards the end, and then he got it loaded up into a new core system. And then
Yeah.
also when he sacrificed himself to save Cooper.
Well, that was a different story. That one was a different one. When he sacrificed himself for Cooper, that's a different thing.
Yeah, so that technically means he died. That's 2 times he died. Where the other 2
Yeah,
times he
twice.
died?
Hey,
And who cares?
legends of heroes get remembered.
Heroes get
Jake's
remembered, but
playing the
legends
game.
never
How long
die.
does it need to Yeah.
Heroes always get
Heroes never die.
But you know legends never die.
Dun, 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 dun.
And if you don't know now, you know. You see, guys, now this is why I've gotten into the musical kind of thing, because I
There's
like.
a stupid monster.
Dang it, dude! How did that C4 not even connect, bruh? Yo, what kind of shoo? Yeah, I'm gonna
Jake's kind of getting triggered.
go play some World War II before I rip someone in half.
No, dang it! I want to play Titanfall 2 with you, but you don't. You wanna play games.
Titanfall 2 would not help me right now. Honestly, World War II is more relaxing than Titanfall 2.
For me.
And let me tell you,
me, I have-
World War II is a lot worse.
World War II.
You know, I like Apex better. I like Apex better.
I hate
No,
Apex.
I mean, like, I like
Just because I keep hearing about it, I hate Apex, man.
No, I only like it because it relates to Titanfall 2. There's an Easter egg for Apex in Titanfall 2.
It's not an Easter egg, it's Titanfall 2 universe. So it's not an Easter egg.
Yeah, Titanfall.
It's
Yeah,
just
but still,
Apex
Cooper
is
gets-
legit. It's just
Cooper gets
legit.
an.
Yo,
Yeah, but still, can I talk? Cooper gets an invite to Apex. That's the thing.
yo, teammate, in the objective, you idiot. Okay, yeah, I'm leaving.
Cooper doesn't get an invite to Apex.
Cooper won't get an
Yeah, he
invite.
does.
No, he Cooper isn't in that game, dude. Remember?